I'm sure half of India have already seen this video clip that is getting shared widely over social media, especially on WhatsApp. I received this from 6 different groups and people with messages saying the predictions of the jyotishis failed. For those who don't follow cricket, well, India played England in the semi-final of the T20 World Cup and lost badly. Not just badly, but by 10 wickets. However, before the match, some TV channel invited 11 astrologers to predict the outcome of the match, and they all predicted an Indian win. Now people are using this to troll the astrologers for unanimously predicting wrong. However, I see a big issue with this. I think they should not be trolled or circulated like this. Such observations do not help weaken superstitions, but instead give an unnecessary opportunity to strengthen them. I had done a 4-part series debunking astrology in details, whose links can be found in the description. I highly recommend you watch it in case you think the planets have some sort of influence on us. And for a background information on how the sky actually helped us in our lives, you can see the 3-part series called The Story of the Sky, the links to which are again in the description. Hi, I am Anand and I welcome you to Pale Blue Thoughts, the channel which debunks pseudoscience and promotes scientific temper.
चलिए तो आगाज बहुत शानदार है और उम्मीद करते हैं किसी शंखनाद की तरह टीम इंडिया की भी जीत हो, लेकिन सितारे बड़े महत्वपूर्ण होते हैं। टीम इंडिया के सितारे अभी क्या कह रहे हैं सेमीफाइनल को लेकर?
हाँ, देखिए 10 तारीख को 6:30 बजे एडिलेड में ऑस्ट्रेलिया में खेला जाएगा। इसमें कुंडली मेष लग्न की बनती है। कुंडली में शनि एकादश भाव के चंद्रमा से एकादश भाव को भी देखते हैं और वहां गुरु बैठे हुए हैं, तो 60-40 के चांसेस हैं इंडिया का जीतने का।
जो टॉस के समय की जो कुंडली बन रही है वह मकर लग्न की कुंडली बन रही है और लग्न में ही शनि है, तो बिल्कुल यहाँ पर चमत्कारी वहाँ पे परिवर्तन।
मतलब टॉस के समय की कुंडली भी आपने निकाली है, तो बड़ी स्पेसिफिक जानकारी है। फिर तो
जब प्ले होगा, स्टार्ट होगा भारतवर्ष के समय के अनुसार 1:30 बजे का, उस समय भी कुंभ लग्न की कुंडली आ जाती है।
लड़ाई तो बराबर की है, गणेश जी 60-40 कह रहे हैं, हम कह रहे हैं कि 70-30 का खेलना हो जाए।
देखिए 11वां भाव चोट दे देता है, रोक दे देता है, लेकिन धन की प्राप्ति, लाभ की प्राप्ति भी कराता है, तो दोनों घटनाएं देखने को मिलेंगी। संघर्ष बहुत जबरदस्त होगा, बट फाइनली भारत के पक्ष में ये मैच जाएगा।
पराक्रम भाव का स्वामी चंद्रमा लगन में उच्च का होने वाला है जब हमारा मैच होगा, तो उस टाइम पे स्थितियां पराक्रम भाव की बहुत मजबूत हो रही है और उच्च का चंद्रमा जब लगन में आएगा तो लगन को बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग बल देता हुआ नजर आ रहा है।
So let me explain why I said that trolling the jyotishis is not the right tactic and why it should create a negative effect. It is a cricket match. Both teams had equal opportunities to win. So India had a 50% chance to win and so did England. But the astrologers gave much more than this possibility. Now consider the scenario. Had India won, how would this clip be then circulated? It would be circulated, which would give a huge boost to astrology. A fake equation is created here that if the result was correct, then astrology would have been correct. There was a possibility of an Indian win before the start of the match. Then the prediction of 50% probability comes as the validity criterion of astrology, which is a favorable approach for fraudulent practices such as astrology. They stand to benefit enormously from such exorbitantly liberal equations. It is like playing into their hands. Any one of you had a 50% chance of predicting the outcome of the match. So did the astrologers. You don't need to look at any kundli to predict the outcome of a cricket match. You may get it right sometimes and sometimes you may get it wrong. You will forget the misses and you will remember the hits. This is exactly how astrology works too. It is nothing but a superstitious game of chance. Astrology is called a fraud not because the astrologers' predictions are wrong. Astrology is a scam even if the predictions are correct. The equation that the astrologer is a fraud because the prediction went wrong is a useful one for protecting such superstitions. This gives a counterbalance that people would believe astrology is right if the predictions were right. But astrology is a scam even if the predictions are right, because the underlying theory itself is wrong. Planets and stars, those rocky giants and gaseous balls thousands of light years away, cannot and do not influence your life and predict things in your life. Now a small bit about predictions. A wrong prediction can only be penalized if a condition is accepted that the prediction is possible. What is meant by the word prediction? Either everyone is a prophet or no one is. No one can predict exactly what is going to happen the next second. Yet people have been known to make prophecies all the time. If I went to a restaurant and order a medium rare steak and after a while the waiter brings in a medium rare steak, is he fulfilling a prophecy? I have heard many Christian apologetics claim that the New Testament and Jesus came to fulfill prophecies of the Old Testament. How is this a fulfillment of a prophecy? Didn't the writers of the New Testament know about the predictions in the Old Testament? Didn't they have access to it? Couldn't they have molded the story to fit the prophecies? This is how prophecies and predictions work. Calculations, assumptions and observations regarding something are certainly possible in the light of available data. We all do it momentarily in our daily lives. We cannot live without forecasting and planning. We do that all the time. There is nothing supernatural about it, and we don't need the planets and stars far away to do all that. Even in things that can be predicted with 100% accuracy, for example death, the details like when, where and how cannot be known. To say that an astrologer can make predictions is just like the predictions that everyone makes in our daily life. There is no need to study astrology and waste time in cheating and exploitation. Now let us come to the video. For one astrologer, the Shani or Saturn was standing at a certain house which led to him guessing that India would win. For another, it was Moon sitting in some favorable house. For another, it was something else. 11 astrologers looking at the elephant from different angles. Doesn't this expose that astrology is nothing but a scam? Why would there be so many differences of opinion for the same result? Consider the simple logic. It takes light 1 hour and 21 minutes to reach Earth from Saturn. If Saturn is looking to influence us through any force, and I'm going to give the benefit of doubt to astrology here, by the time any force, magnetic or electromagnetic or whatever mumbo jumbo, it would take 1 hour and 21 minutes, and by the time the innings would be over or nearly over. Now if we consider the sun, the light from it reaches us 8 minutes late. By the time Ravichandran Ashwin would have bowled a couple of more overs and conceded 20 more runs. Does astrology take this difference of time into account? Of course not. For them, the time is what it is on Earth. They calculate the time at Earth for predicting who would win the toss. But the influence of Saturn is behind schedule by 1 hour 21 minutes. Doesn't this clearly show why astrology is absurd? Anyways, I mentioned all these in my previous videos, so I don't want to repeat them here. Okay, so coming to the match, Rahul, as usual stayed for a very short time and returned back to his house very soon. Surya and Rohit did not spend too much time in the sun. It took a Virat and all the strength of a hard dick to pull India out of trouble. But it appeared that all planets favored a butler and his partner who created a hailstorm. The rest of the English Navagrahas or 9 planets never had to move out of their houses and remained well inside the pavilion for the entire match. Guess the alignment was perfect there, don't you think? In a way, I'm happy that India did not win. It is always tough for me to sit and watch an India-Pakistan final. I can spend a stressless Sunday tomorrow. So it is my sincere request to please share this video to all those who shared the Jyotishi video with you. Please help Pale Blue Thoughts reach more people by sharing the videos or the links. For those who have subscribed to this channel recently, I would recommend you to go through the playlist as there are more than 170 videos waiting just for you. Now, Shani is looking at Mangal and Guru is in the 9th lunar house right now, and that is a sign that I shall be back soon with another interesting video. Until then, it's bye-bye from Pale Blue Thoughts.